and welcome to Criterion Watch. Woo! I'm your host, Jonathan Moody, aka the Blu-ray Hunter, and I'm here with
Paulie presents it known as the Moo Cow. Moo.
And we are here to do our second version of this. We did it before, and for some reason, it became all slow motion. And instead of trying to speed everything up, which is a pain in the ass, I just made us redo it, which pissed him off. So, but you know, it
Not
is.
pissed
it
me
is.
off. It's just kind of.
He's just tired. So, how we're gonna do this is I'm gonna do 4. He's gonna do his 2 that I got. These are pickups that we got from Barnes and Noble for their 50% off November sale.
And this is kind of a new format for us. We're going to be reviewing Criterion films, hopefully once a month. But since we just started this, we thought we'd show you our pickup because we picked up some Criterion things because of the sale.
Mm-hmm. So let's go through them. So first of all, I'll go through my first 4, which was the first being The Lodger.
Really?
See, the last time he was really? Wow. He was surprised. I got a good movie.
I'm a professional.
And now he's like, not as surprised anymore. But this comes with a 2K digital restoration with a new score. Also comes with Downhill, another 1927 feature directed by Alfred Hitchcock and starring Ivor Novello in a 2K restoration as well. So 2 movies with 2K. Also comes with a Dick Cavett. Wait, no, that's the other one. That's the other one that had that. But there is some excerpts from audio interviews from Hitchcock and Peter Bogdanovich. So.
Oh yeah, Peter Bogdanovich.
So cool. All right. So next is The 39 Steps, which he loves and I have not seen yet. So
yes, that's one of my favorite Hitchcock films.
I'm anxious to see this movie. It's got audio commentary by Alfred Hitchcock scholar Marion Keene, as well as original footage from British broadcaster Mike Scott's 1966 television interview with Hitchcock, another interview. So that's pretty cool. And so that's pretty much it. There's a few other things. Was it a 4K restoration? New high definition digital restoration. Doesn't say 4 or 2K, whatever. So next is The Lady Vanishes. We have our lady over here, our dog lady.
She doesn't vanish.
But she hasn't vanished yet. That's a good thing. But anyway, this is a movie about a lady on a train who vanishes, and this other lady is trying to figure out where she went, and it becomes this big conspiracy. So it's a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed it. And it comes with audio commentary featuring film historian Bruce Eder, I guess. Crook's Tour, a 1941 feature-length adventure film starring Basil Radford and Naughton Wayne as Charters and Caldecott, their beloved characters from Lady Vanishes.
There you go.
And Mystery Train, a video essay about Hitchcock, and The Lady Vanishes by Hitchcock scholar. So
You know that's a Jim Jarmusch film.
yeah, Mystery Train. Yeah, it's a pretty good movie if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Alfred Hitchcock. Oh, and then I think that might be on Criterion as well.
I think it is.
Yeah. Foreign Correspondent, another 2K restoration of this film. So I'm really excited to see this again. 2 hours long. He didn't like it as much, but he does agree that the ending of the film has one of the best crashes in a film.
Very impressive.
Very impressive for its time. But you have to wait till literally the end of the movie to see that and everything, and just wonderful scene or whatever. I liked it. It's kind of a good spy thriller kind of thing. And it's got a Dick Cavett Show 1972 interview, as well as a new piece on the film's special effects. So talks probably about how they accomplished that. So
yeah, I mean, it's not a terrible film by any stretch of the imagination. I just think it's one of Hitchcock's lesser films, frankly. But
he likes more of the older stuff than
I do.
any of the newer, and I think the 1940s pushes into the newer stuff that he did. Though you do like Rebecca, right? Which I do own.
It's okay.
It's a great haunting movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
go ahead.
All right, so for my Criterion haul, and it was very small. And remember, I tend to only get a few movies on Blu-ray, and so I went for movies that I already know that I absolutely love and cherish. And my first one is Watership Down, the classic book by Richard Adams. It was turned into a really, really good animated film by Martin Rosen, sorry. And it's just a very, very interesting film that I think a lot of people initially thought, because it was animated, that it was for children, and it really, really isn't. It's really a philosophical film, sort of discussing life and death and the brevity of life and the shadow of death, and it brings a lot of very tough questions, and it's just really, really wonderfully done, and it's a haunting film with a lot of great voices from a lot of great actors, John Hurt and Richard Briers and Sir Ralph Richardson.
Josh Hurt. Just make sure you say that right, because I think you said Hurd. It sounded like Hurd.
John Hurt.
John Hurd and John Hurt are two different people.
Yeah, John Hurt. And then Denholm Elliott is in it. And it's kind of a shame, because I believe just about all of those folks are gone now.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of a sad thing, and it's very sad to see what happens. But it's a great, great film, and I highly, highly recommend it.
And there's special features galore on that one too. So
Lots of special features, including one really, really good commentary by Guillermo del Toro, talking about the impact that this particular film had on him and on animators from the 80s on up. So very, very cool.
awesome. And then
Second film, we have Macbeth from Roman Polanski. It's a very beautiful, moody, dark, atmospheric version of Macbeth. Really captures the tragedy and the darkness of the whole play. The restoration is fabulous. The colors and the clarity of the film is absolutely perfect. It's just a really, really, really good version. I've always preferred this version slightly more than, say, the Orson Welles version, although I like the Orson Welles version too. So it got a little bit more problems than this one. This was more shot in the revisionist style in the 60s, when people were getting tired of the perfect Camelot version of the Middle Ages and were more interested in the dark, gritty, filthy, short, brutish, and nasty version of the Middle Ages, which is really what it's more like. So it's more informed by medieval scholars.
mm-hmm.
So it's not like Camelot. It's not like everybody's in gorgeous costumes and nobody's in tights or anything like that. But it's very, very, very well done and very dark and gritty and earthy, and has a lot of really great performances. So highly recommended.
All right. And my last four here, so those are his two. Here are my last four. One is The Princess Bride. This wonderful digibook
Nice.
case with, you can see, and it's got some essays and different things. One by William Goldman, which was an excerpt from from one of his screenplay books that he did.
Is that a 4K restoration as well?
I believe so. I believe it's a 4K restoration. So.
I know a lot of people love that movie.
Oh man, it's so beautifully filmed. I mean, just the mountains and just everything in that movie just looks. I just can't wait to see the fire swamp. It just gives me chills just thinking about how awesome this movie is.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of my favorites, probably up there as one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Oh, and then this is the movie that introduced me to Robin Wright, and she's never seen more glorious and beautiful than ever before.
It's funny because they had this casting thing. From what I remember, they had a casting thing of trying to find the most beautiful woman in the world as it was described in the book.
Right.
And I mean, Robin just came in and she is beautiful, but it's really hard to find the most beautiful woman in the world. How do you even do that?
I don't know, but
They
they hit it
found
out of the
somebody-
park. Yeah.
It's she just did wonderful. I just love her in that.
And Wallace Shawn and Andre the Giant.
And freaking Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah,
Mandy
Mandy
Patinkin. All
Patinkin.
of them were just great in that movie. As You Wish, and on the back cover, I just think that's just drives me nuts. I just love that. That is such a great great thing.
And then the piece de resistance.
Yeah, this is the one I had to save to the end because originally when I did it, I had to show him, and he I knew he would go crazy.
Oh
over
my
this.
god! Oh my god!
Trilogy de Guillermo. How do you say
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. I'm always gonna get his name wrong. I'm sorry, Guillermo. I'm just never gonna get your name right. Alright, so it's a trilogy. It's all three of his early works, starting with Kronos, going to Devil's Backbone, and ending with Pan's Labyrinth. So if you look at
several of my favorite movies of all time.
So it starts out with that, and it's got all of these in sleeves, which I'm not a fan of sleeves.
It's a little floppy.
But I'm just worried that they scratch in the thing there, but, what can you do? If worse came to worse and I had to replace them with the actual movies or whatever, I'll be fine. But I hope this comes with this, which is really cool. It's a book.
Yeah, look at that.
With a ton of stuff, including, let me see where it is. Okay.
I think it's upside down.
Yeah, it's upside. All right. So
storyboards
and
essays
and
all kinds of cool stuff. And
yeah.
You really, really need to see these films, especially Devil's Backbone and Pan's Labyrinth, which is probably one of the greatest films to come out in the last 25, 30 years. It's just awesome.
We'll probably I'll watch both of them, and then we'll watch Kronos at some point.
Nice. So
that's it of my haul. So that we're gonna be doing pickup videos as oh my god, this is still driving me crazy. How to put this back? I probably put it back wrong, but
you'll figure it out.
It fit in right, so there you go. But yeah, it is wrong because it's upside down.
Is it in yet?
Don't care. It is in there, so whatever. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this. I was really happy that I was able to find this instead of having to buy all three of them.
Normally it's like $100, but because it's 50% off, you got it for $50, right?
We got it for $50. It's normally $100.
Deal.
And I got it for half off. They've got some really good movies like trilogies and stuff like that for $50. So it's a really good deal, especially if you count this as it's less than $20 a piece for every movie in that thing, and all these other ones are $20. So, and I mean, Princess Bride like this is worth $20. Watership Down is worth $20.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
If it's one of your favorite movies, it's worth it. If it's not one of your favorite movies and you're just not really that into it, then don't spend
$20. And you're getting the full restoration versions. You're getting all of the interviews and commentary and featurettes and booklets and pictures and all kinds of extras, and that's why Criterion is really the mark of quality when it comes to DVDs and Blu-rays. I mean, they really are the best versions you can get.
So what is Criterion Watch? What are we doing?
So Criterion Watch, we're going to bring to you once a month. In addition to whatever little pickup videos we do, we're also going to be picking a particular movie that's been put out by Criterion. We're going to be watching the Criterion version, and then we're going to be talking about them because for the most part, Criterion really only picks very important films, very, very high quality films. And so we understand that we're not always just watching crappy films. We also watch some really, really good ones. We thought we'd share some of these with you too, so that you guys can actually have some more choices for if you need to figure out what a really good movie is. We can show you some. So
what's our first movie?
So we are going to be doing Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai.
Yes, which I just watched for the first time yesterday.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you couldn't believe that. I haven't seen it. And it's not I'm not a film snob in any stretch of the imagination. I grew up on Hollywood blockbuster kind of stuff in my home. I like whatever, I'm not picky. If it's really bad and cheesy and fun, I enjoy it. If it's really great and over the top or what, I love that too. So it goes both ways. So, I mean...
And I'm a little different, I'm more of the Siskel to his Ebert. You know, I don't really like the bell curve. I like stuff that's really, really bad, and I like stuff that's really, really good. And mediocrity in the middle just repels me. I have no interest in it. So.
But anyway, so yeah, so we're gonna be doing like some reviews. Hopefully, my friend Alfred will be joining us, and we can do some reviews. And he loves Seven Samurai as well, so he's very happy that that's our pick. So what we'll normally do is we'll be watching a movie and then we'll be reviewing it after.
Right.
However, since Seven Samurai is 3 hours and almost 30 minutes long, we decided that since we've all seen it, we all probably own it. That we would all, I own the Criterion. I don't think you own the Criterion.
No, not yet. I'm dying to.
But we've all seen it, and stuff, so we can kind of give our own reviews of it and everything like that.
I mean, I try to watch it once a year. I know that maybe not something you guys can do, but once a year sounds about right.
Yeah, that's him. We'll go into that in the review. I don't want to spoil anything for how I feel, because I feel like that'll be something that you guys want to hear in the review. So if you guys want to hear us say things, because I mean, if I don't like a movie, or if I'm bored by a movie, or something just isn't my cup of tea, I'm gonna tell you in the review. I'm not gonna hold it back. And this is what's been the problem with other review things that I've had, is that when I review other people's films, they get upset if I don't like their film or something, And I'm sorry. I mean, what? I'm giving my honest. People want honesty these days.
Right.
They don't want me to just give them these glowing reviews that wasn't true to how I actually feel. And I think Criterion will respect that. I think Criterion will.
They're not gonna care what we think.
Yeah, well, they won't care what we think. But I think they'll also, love hearing people say, because obviously you will have a lot of great things to say about Seven Samurai. I will too as well, because I'm gonna go delve more deeper into it, watching some of the commentary and other things in it, and try to get more in depth into knowing a little bit more about it.
Because this is not the kind of movie that's ever made anymore. It's just movies made for I don't want to say just thinking adults, but that's kind of the way I'm thinking about it. It's more than just entertainment. It's metaphoric. It's a statement of art, and it's really just an amazing film. And that's how a lot of these films are for Criterion. So that's why we wanted to make sure that we brought you these movies, so that you can see, not just the one end of film, but also the high end as well. So
Exactly.
We'll be doing some Bergman films, we'll be doing some Kubrick films, we'll be doing some Hitchcock films, we'll be doing a nice variety that's out there, because Criterion has lots of great stuff.
And I haven't told him this, but we'll be doing Truffaut.
Yay!
We'll be doing Jean-Luc Godard.
Yay!
We'll be doing lots of foreign films as well.
Good.
Mainly because I need to expand my horizons. Now, I was never against foreign films. Like, people have to understand. And in black and white, honestly, it was so funny. I was watching a review of Seven Samurai, and the guy was talking about how it was black and white, how some people might be turned off by the subtitles in black and white. And I was like thinking, it was in black and white? Like, it didn't even faze me. Like, the way that the movie was shot, it was so beautiful.
Absolutely.
That I just didn't even. I got just drawn into the look of it or whatever, and it was wonderful.
Wait till you see Ron in color.
I don't know. Now I'm worried.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for checking this out. I'm kind of glad we did a second thing of it. I think we talked a little bit more about what we're doing with the show, and I think that's what we needed to do.
Yeah, and if you're interested in that, if you're interested in higher end films, please come check it out and like us, subscribe, etc. Let us know that this is something that you're interested in. If you have a really, really good film, especially a Criterion film, that you think we should be paying attention to, make sure you mention it in the comments, and we will give it a try.
And if this goes in slow-mo again, we're not doing this again.
Sorry.
No, so if this gets screwed up again, sorry guys.
Although we may have to call in Howley the Werewolf. He might come in and do it.
Yeah, but no, not today at least. Not today, Satan. All right, so thank you guys so much. Oh, by the way, Devil's Backbone is number 666.
Nice. It's a great
That
film.
has to be planned.
You have seen that, right?
No.
Oh,
I
we
told
gotta
you,
get
I've
this.
never seen Guillermo del Toro's movies yet.
Guillermo del Toro.
Whatever,
fabulous.
however you say his name, I've not seen those movies yet.
Hellboy? You haven't seen Hellboy?
I saw a part of Hellboy.
Okay.
A part of it. Like, that's literally, I think, the only one. So I haven't even seen that Crimson Peak movie yet. And I know he did that, and he did Pacific Rim, right?
Pacific Rim.
I have not seen that. Won't watch it.
Our friend Tina, that's her favorite movie. From him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's and so like it looks like I know Charlie Day is in it, and that might be the only reason I want to watch it is because he has a part in it. But I like
Trust me, it's not the kind of movie that I would ever have any interest in. However, since it's Guillermo del Toro, I will check it out at some point.
Yeah, it looks like Hollywood trash to me. Like, it just doesn't look that good. But see, that's the interesting thing about Del Toro. I'm just gonna call him Del Toro. He can do the greatest movies and stuff, like The Devil's Backbone, Pan's Labyrinth, things that people love, and then he can do Pacific Rim.
Or even some of his lesser movies like Mimic. I really like Mimic, and it's a shame because he didn't really get to edit Mimic the way he wanted to, and he's always wanted to put out his version of it, which of course he did finally put out, and I have. And it actually, it could have really been an outstanding film if they had allowed him to present the movie that he wanted to present. But that's, it's most people are not going to consider that up there with Pan's Labyrinth or Devil's Backbone. But it's a good movie.
I was surprised that he got didn't he get a director Academy Award for Shape of Water?
I think so. I haven't actually seen that yet.
Yeah, I want to see Shape of Water because I've heard mixed reviews and I kind of want to make up my own mind on it. It sounds like Del Toro's Splash, or whatever. A guy falls in love with a mermaid or something like that. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Really don't know much about it other than there's some sex scene with a mermaid or something. I don't know. It's really weird. But that's Del Toro for you. He likes weird and stuff, and I kind of want to see that, and kind of see his fairy tale kind of stuff.
Well, you're not going to see a standard film with him. I can tell you that much. It's going to be a very layered story.
Hopefully so is Pacific Rim. So anyway, let's end it on that. So thank you guys for checking this out. Give us a like, subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We're going to be promoting these things all over the place.
Absolutely.
So check us out, and hope you enjoy it. And tune in a couple weeks. Each week we'll try to do another pickup video for you guys. But the week after, next week, we're hopefully going to do our review of Seven Samurai. So check it out. It'll be by the end of the month. So.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.